Come on, somebody. I just want to moan for you this morning. Welcome to my Sunday morning worship. Come on, somebody. Can you hear me? Come on with me. Yes, Lord. I got to get that part. Yes, Lord. Hey. Good morning. Some of y'all on your way to church or probably want to sit this one out. So welcome to my Sunday morning worship. I know it's been a minute since I've pulled up to the pulpit. You hear me? I'm not going to scream because I'm at a particular place. But anyway, just want to share this topic, this Sunday morning topic. It's a scorcher. I don't know if you've been paying attention or not. Probably have, because it's all over the place. Actress, Moesha star, actress, Broadway star, diva, Shirley Ralph has accused, I'll say, a mystery man of sexual assault. I guess this is back in the day. She was on this Angela Yee podcast. And by the way, the best thing that could have happened to the Breakfast Club was the disappearance of Angela Yee. Trash. Ugh, trash. Just, I don't watch it like that anyway, but when she left, it's like, cool, it's good. So she's on her podcast doing what she does. That is a bunch of trash, filth, foolishness. So she can take her feminist views and her feminist foolishness over there. So she had Shirley Ralph on there, who is that big LGBT ally supporter of, I think back in the day used to refer to women like that as fag hags. Yeah. Oh, she's serious with that. And so on the show, she shared the story of this, as she referred to as a very popular TV judge. She was at this Hollywood event. She said he grabbed her by the back of her neck, turned her around, and shoved his nasty tongue down her throat. But then she left it at that. You know what? That really wasn't the terrible part about it. You know what the terrible part was? The speculations. Because she left that open-ended. She just left it. And I hate it. I hate when women in Hollywood do that. Want to throw out a so-called Me Too moment, but don't really, really want to just put it out there. If you're going to tell it, Shirley Ralph, tell it. So it won't start this unfair speculation of possible innocent men, more likely innocent men. And I think Angela Yee or her little guest, they asked her, who was it? Was it like Judge Mathis? She's like, no, he was a great man. So during that time, well, who are these popular judges during the time she's talking about? Was it 2001, 2, or whatever? So automatically, here's the part that pisses me off about. Y'all know how I talk about how black people participate in racism? I talked about the HBCUs. I talked about how when women decide to have children out of wedlock. Now we're talking about when we feed into these stereotypes about black men that were put upon our group by the dominant culture. And the first thing Negroes on Twitter and Instagram went straight to was Judge Joe Brown. Now, she didn't mention, again, Shirley Ralph didn't mention anybody. But it's interesting that the first name people came up with was Judge Joe Brown. And the judge and the judge, I guess, hearing all of this and people coming at him on Twitter and all of this. And so he puts out a statement saying, hey, I did not do anything to that woman. I did not, blah, blah. And I guess defending himself. I would say, Judge Brown, you didn't have to defend yourself because the lady didn't mention anybody. But I understand when people come at you under the assumption. And so as at the time of me recording this live, Ms. Ralph has not come out and eliminated his name. But, I heard Judge Joe Brown on the Valerie Denise Jones show, and he said, It was only, it wasn't even, he said during that time, there's maybe like 8 other white judges. And how did people who don't know history just automatically start pointing out black dudes? But that's our bad, that we don't do the research and find out who she's talking about. And of course, she didn't put the name out. I find it interesting that she won't out this white guy. Because I'm saying, grabbed her by her neck, turned her around, and shoved his nasty tongue down her throat. She said a lot of people stood around and they saw it, and according to what was written, she said that she was encouraged by TV executives and executives not to say anything. And so, come on. All right. I'm kind of over this shit too. Oh, dang, I'm cussing in church. Of doing Sunday morning worship. This is not church, it's my Sunday morning worship. My version of it. Come on, somebody. Hallelujah. Oh, glory. But, so they encouraged her to conceal her Me Too moment. And Shirley Ralph wasn't 19. She wasn't 22. She was, I think, 40 or 41. She was a grown, middle-aged chick. And so, for me, I said, well, she was strong enough, powerful enough, and in control of herself enough to out whoever the assaulter was, right? So what I never cared about this Me Too foolishness is that Tanania Burke, she brought it out years ago as a voice for teenage black girls and possibly brown girls, underage minor girls, teenage girls, 13, 14, 15, who were victims of sexual assault. But then the girl who played Samantha on Who's the Boss, or she played in the show Charmed, she took it and made it a Hollywood thing. And that's when you start seeing a bunch of grown-ass women talking about, oh my God, I was taken advantage of. And she took it Hollywood. It took it from the community and made it Hollywood. And so you got all these grown-ass women who accept the deal, like, hey, punani for this project. And then you get $5 million in your bank account or $50 million in your bank account. You get Emmy Awards, Oscars, Tony Awards, and all this. Then you're over 55 now or whatever, or you regret exchanging sex or a fill-up or whatever you allowed the producer or director to do to you. Now you regret it. Now you want to snitch. No, when you do that, ladies, that's called you made a deal, and you don't renege on a deal, especially if you receive payment. So Shirley Ralph decided to go along to get along so she could, I guess, have her career in television, whatever she did. Now. Rico, you blaming the victim. It doesn't matter. No, because everybody's not a victim. Unless, when you're talking about sexual assault against women, knives, guns, people gang up on her, or something like that. But if you're a woman there, somebody grabs you or grabs your breast or grabs you around the neck and sticks his tongue there, how did he get to kiss you like that? It's all of it. Let me tell you something. Y'all know the history of Shirley Ralph. She's always been an attention whore. She loves it. She has this diva persona, and she just swears all eyes should be on her. And so she won that damn award for Abbott Elementary. I like, thank God. She was almost like the Little Richard of TV. Little Richard, you ain't never gave me nothing. And she showed her appreciation. She sang this weird-ass song. Was she a Haitian or something? Non-foundational black. What's called a non-foundational black. So, and it's not to dirty up her name. It's just, we all know the history of Shirley Ralph. She's always been kind of petty and messy in the media. And so, but I don't want Judge Joe Brown to think he has anything to defend himself against. I need those of you who went straight to black men, I need y'all to get a clue. Because as he stated, it was like 8 white guys. It's a wonder why she didn't out them. The same reason why a lot of women don't out their bosses or whatever, because I guess the boss has something over them as opposed to a regular guy. We don't have anything to offer them as far as power, as they say. But at 40, 41 years old, the power was in your hands, Shirley Ralph. You shouldn't have put that story out there if you're not going to tell it, because it leaves room for messy speculation. And also, people are coming at Judge Joe because Judge Joe Brown is running for mayor of Memphis. Let me tell you something. He's from Memphis, Shelby County. I'm from Memphis, 38108. Shout out to North Memphis, you dig? Memphis needs him as their mayor. And Judge Joe Brown, he's the man to be the mayor. He needs to be. And this is not a campaign. I'm telling y'all the truth. Because Memphis and America, but Memphis is so messed up. And I think even just 4 years of Judge Joe Brown will be able to kind of set the standard by which others will come behind him to follow. Because manhood, he talks about manhood and womanhood, and that offends today's liberal America. It offends black women to the core, because or women, period. But Judge Joe Brown has already been accused of being a sexist and a misogynist. And if you understand his record, Judge Joe Brown is the one who was front of the line campaigning for women's rights and women to be powerful. He campaigns for womanhood. Why does that offend people? Why does a man campaigning for manhood and masculinity offend so many people? That's what the sermon should be about in all the churches. Why, when a man preaches womanhood and the need for manhood, that offends so many people? And so Cheryl wasn't, I'm not going to say she's directly the cause of why people are coming at Judge Joe Brown, but I think she was being disingenuous and irresponsible when she just left it like that. Because, we've seen all kinds of judges. I think some people even threw out this other brother that was out there. They threw out all the black judges. Judge Kevin Ross. Some people had to say, no, not Kevin, because I went to school. People had to defend him. Black folks went straight for all the black judges. And it's not that many. During that time, Judge Kevin Ross is new on TV. I think he's been on TV maybe 3 years. They threw him out. And the woman talking about like back in the day, I think Moesha was probably still on, just leaving the air or something. Y'all done brought up Kevin Ross. Come on, man. Y'all go straight to the black men. That needs to stop. We really need a reality check, a mental health checkup. And so I guess Judge, because so many people came to him directly. Yeah, I knew it was him. No, just the feminists and the beta male simps who hate the topic of real manhood, not the manhood that their mother taught them, but real manhood. They hate that. So they went directly to the judge, and that was so uncool. And so, Judge Joe Brown, you don't have to defend yourself against foolishness. Shirley Ralph, name who it is. You got enough money now. You're on a hit TV show unless that person is connected to the company that owns Abbott Elementary. But go and tell the truth. Because I'm tired of these grown-ass women in Hollywood, 22 years old or 52 years old or 62 years old. I was taken advantage of. These Hollywood types. It's weird. And whenever you hear the story of someone who finally gets an Oscar or an Emmy or a hit TV show or a hit movie, they always say this. I remember I had to sleep in my car. I was homeless. And all that kind of stuff. I said, you know what? I've never heard anyone tell the story of how they had to be. They were homeless trying to become a dentist. They were homeless trying to become an attorney. They had to sleep in their car trying to become a teacher. But whenever you try to go into Hollywood, people are having to sleep in their cars or be homeless. Y'all don't see something wrong with that? Why do you have to damn near go to the garbage can in order to become an actor, a paid actor or actress in this Hollywood society? Because you never hear about that when people go into, I guess, truly reputable professions. I never heard anybody even say, man, I slipped in my car. I was trying to get on with the NFL team. I went homeless and hungry trying to get on that NBA team. You never hear this. So what is it about trying to break into Hollywood that people have all these homeless sleeping in cars, hungry stories. I've heard from you hear a few of them that say, "Well, I wait tables. I was a hostess." You know, they had little jobs, but these folks, and then all of a sudden they just 200 million gazillionaires. You know, it's the weirdest thing. So I just felt that was on my heart. That's my testimony. I just had to talk about that Cheryl Lee Ralph situation. Cheryl Lee, sweetheart, please name the guy. You know, shock us. If it's a black dude, tell us. But if a white guy, tell us. But I have a feeling if it's a white man, you're not gonna tell it. So you left it open for speculation, and speculation automatically went to all the black guys. You don't think there's something wrong with that, Cheryl Lee Ralph? But anyway, this has been Sunday Morning Worship with Rico. Check out my Facebook group page, Rico the Opinionist, my YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. What else? And I have this little PDF, this little book that I wrote. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt, a conversation with the absent biological father who never wanted to be found. It's pretty good. It's when I found out who my actual dad was when I was 22 years old, by accident. It was never supposed to get out. So, yeah, it's only $10. $10 cash up in the collection plate this morning. Hello, somebody. Or you hit $10 for the PDF. It's in PDF format. So if you hit me on the cash app for $10, Rico the Opinionist, please submit an email address so I can send it directly to you. All right, y'all, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a gorgeous day out here in Dallas-Fort Worth, so we appreciate you. And, yeah, y'all stay tuned. I think I have another video later on, possibly. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.